What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your girl Dee Walker Live, and I am actually doing a 2-for-1, double the fun, a little something different. I'm actually live on YouTube now. I told everybody that I was going to go live after my radio show. And I decided, you know what? I'm about to do some craziness. I'm about to go live the same time on the radio and then the same time on YouTube. It's going to be a really good show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to be talking about Snoop Dogg and his wife. I'm sorry, Snoop Dogg and his daughter. His daughter's gorgeous. I was looking at some pictures of her. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. And also on the line on the radio, I actually got Mama Denise and Joe B on the line. Joe B is from Time's Up. He actually comes on at 6 o'clock on the radio, and then Mama Denise actually comes on after him at 7 o'clock. So we call this the Wednesday night lineup, and I'm actually adding my YouTube channel to all of this as well. So you guys be prepared to be entertained. And when I come back, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Mama D and Joe B to you guys, and we're going to get into this conversation. So I'll be right back, baby. What? So we are back. I want Mama Denise say what's up. Can you hear me?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Yes, I can.
And then I want Joe B to say what's up.
Hey, what's up? Happy Wednesday.
Guys, we are actually live on YouTube at the same time that we are live on 106tbcradio.com. And just to let you guys know, on YouTube, 106tbcradio.com is an international internet radio station. We're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And on Wednesdays, we cut up from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. We start off with the Joe B show, Time's Up. After that, it's the Mama Denise show, my show, the Best of the Chris Thomas show. And then we end it out with everything Amy. So we just do it all, and I'm about to do it all tonight. So if you guys didn't have a chance to subscribe to both 106tbcradio.com and of course my YouTube station, please go ahead and do that right now and make sure you hit the notification bell. So I'm going to start with the first topic. Well, give me a second, guys, because I'm about to bring us on the radio back, because they're actually listening to music right now. So give me 2 seconds. I'm about to do that in a couple seconds. Go ahead and do that and bring that down. What's up, radio line? Listen, okay, so tonight's topic is I wanted to talk about Cora. Cora is Snoop Dogg's daughter. She is the youngest one. She's got 2 older brothers. Her brothers are a little bit lighter than she is. She's a little dark skinned. She's a very beautiful young lady. She's very pretty. I was looking at her pictures, and she's stunning. She is what industry considers to be overweight, but to me, I think she's a full body figured young lady. She's gorgeous. I mean, look at that. You guys can't see it on YouTube. I'm seeing on 106, but on YouTube, I've actually put up a picture of Cora, and then of course her there with her dad. And so the story I wanted to talk about, it actually touched my heart. I was actually looking at another a group of bloggers, and they're called the Teacups. I love them, Lady T and the Teacups. And they played the whole entire video, which I'm not going to go ahead and do that, but they played the whole entire video where Cora brings you through the reason why she decided and this is numerous times, and this was the final time that she decided to go ahead and commit suicide. And it broke my heart because she told her story so pure and so innocent. It like at the end of it, you know how you cry so much that your nose is all stuffed up and your head starts to feel stuffed up. I mean, I don't think I've recovered since, because it really broke my heart. And she was talking about, she said, I know I'm rich. I know that I come from money, but it doesn't mean that I don't have problems too. And that I would, I'm so under the distraught that I might want to kill myself too. And so she had mentioned that people in the comments was like, get over it. You got money. Why do you even, what's your problem? What are you complaining about? And it broke my heart about it. I love the way the teacups handled it, because when they talked about it, they also talked about their personal experiences too and what they were dealing with. So I've got Mama Denise on the line right now, and I got Joe B on the line, and I'm going to start. And both of them, by the way, AKA my parents, very talented people. My mom is also an actress. My dad is an activist, and they both got radio shows, like I said before, on 106. So we'll start with my mom, Mama Denise, first. What do you think about this whole situation?
No one should ever put down a person that is trying to tell them how they feel. Nobody should. Because you never know what will tip them over. And for them to be strong enough to open up and tell the public what they're going through, regardless of how much money they have, regardless, you have no right to shame them for what they're going through. Okay? I just think that's wrong on our part as human beings. I think we should know better than that. But then again, we're dealing with public. That's it. That's all. I just hurts my heart that they would even do that to that young lady.
Yeah, I was crying. I was crying because I want you guys to go back and find, it's her Instagram post. And I'm sure if you put in Snoop Dogg and then you put in Snoop Dogg's daughter, you'll come up to it and listen to her video, her version. And it brings you to tears, because I don't know if not everybody goes to the point where they want to commit suicide, but we've all been in that place where we felt like, oh my God, like I can't take this anymore. I know I have. And, her crying out, and her issues are her issues. And some people were trying to say, like, well, why is she getting so upset? Because she's dark skinned, she should be proud of it. Well, I mean, if you come from a society, and one of the things she mentioned, and I'm sorry, Joby, we'll get to you in a second. We'll get to you, but I just got to get this off my chest. We come from a society when they put up what is beautiful is not what the average person looks like. We of color come in all shapes and sizes. Everybody comes in all shapes and sizes. Does not mean because we don't fit a certain brand, I'm saying, that criteria that is not important. So she was at her brink, and I'm gonna have to say she touched my heart, because I love the and I don't know if love is the right word. I guess I respect her and I understand her pain, because the way she told her story, it touched my heart. It really did. Joby, what do you think about all of this?
I'm just, I'm really just becoming aware that she actually went ahead and committed the act. Is that clear? Is that correct?
Yes, she did, and she talks about that as well.
So she did the interview and talked about it before she actually went and carried it out.
No. She did it. She talked about what brought her there, what happened after she did it and the conclusion she came to afterwards. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but go ahead.
Well, she actually survived it then. That was an attempted suicide, I guess.
Yes, and it wasn't the first. It wasn't the first one.
It wasn't the first one. All right, that saddens. That both saddens me and pisses me off, as I realize some of the stress and pain that she's gone through. She's grown up in that world where image, looks, and all of that is over exaggerated. So a beautiful dark-skinned girl like her is not going to get the looks and the vibes that she deserves simply because she doesn't fit into the stereotype. And that's what pisses me off about that. What it brings to mind is a few thoughts, and I'd have to give that some further thought, to be honest with you. Because they're considering who her father is. It seems to me that there needs to be, and I think it's starting to happen, and it just speaks to the need for us to be able to produce ourselves, to teach ourselves how to love ourselves, to honor ourselves, because too much effort is going into making us feel less than. So I can see how a young girl growing up in an environment like that, being looked over and ignored and being made to feel less than, I can see how it would lead to that. But we got to come up, we as a community, we as a society got to come up with an answer to that.
Yeah. You know what? I totally agree about it. The one thing that she does mention, because the teacups, when I was listening to it, they talked briefly about how they felt about the situation and the relationship with her and her father, and that they were kind of disappointed in the sense that, you know, he let that slip through. But see, the thing with being, and she also mentioned, by the way, I apologize, I didn't mention this, that she is bipolar, you know, and having some family members that I know personally that suffer with this disease, it's such a tricky and unsuspecting disease. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'll go ahead and let everybody know I also suffer from depression as well. And in depression, sometimes you could be in a very happy relationship. Everything could be going good, and then there's trigger points. You know, and then her trigger point was she would look at social media and she would see these beautiful girls who supposedly to be in her situation doing so much with their lives, and she felt that she wasn't fitting up to it. And then on top of everything else, her brothers who are a little lighter skinned than she is, she felt a little something about that as well. Now she doesn't talk about how her father plays a part in this. And I want to be very careful before I even put the blame game on him, because we don't know, because unless and this is hard, like I don't know how to say this, but unless you know this person is going through what they're going through, sometimes you don't know. And I guess in a sense we need to just like check on our loved ones. You never know what they're going through. You know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, you never know. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you have a tendency to walk on eggshells when you're in that position, when your family member is in that position. You don't want to upset them. You don't, like Dee, you're a very strong individual. So no one would know you were going through that. You know, like you'll vent and you move on. So no one would realize that you're going through that depression. Then you have other people who just never snap out of that depression. And you don't want to walk on eggshells or piss them off because you don't want to be the one that made them go there to wanting to hurt themselves. You don't want to be that person to do that.
Right.
So, and for them to come after Snoop Dogg, I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
Because I do understand one thing, if she's feeling inadequate look at the type of women that are in his video. Okay, the type of women are beautiful, seductive, thin, and he has to put out a video where it's, and I see him doing this. I really do see him doing this. If it's this much of a raid on him, I see him putting out a video regarding heavy, light, dark, black, white, whatever, heavy, and thin women all together, saying they're beautiful. He has to do something like that to recognize his daughter, to give respect to his child. And I say this with all my heart. I think he will do something like that because he's not a bad individual.
I mean, yeah, and I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. Although I love Snoop Dogg's music, and I hear about him in the media, and I follow him to an extent. But to be honest, Snoop Dogg, he talks about the things that he does, but he really don't talk about his family. So I don't know what the relationship is with that. And
none of their business.
And it's not. And you're right. There's none of their business.
The same woman he married years ago. He's still with that same woman.
Yeah, he is. He is. But I haven't heard Snoop since this incident. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe somebody can let me know, or if you're listening to this video or listen to us on the radio, maybe you know something. If he's actually spoken out about this point, but she doesn't speak. She doesn't indicate that Snoop Dogg is the reason for her.
The reason.
Yeah, she doesn't indicate that. It's more of herself. The way she sees herself, because at the ending of her
listen. The reason why I say that, I'm not saying that her father indicates that, but let's just get off the Snoop Dogg and talk about all the other videos. Do you see big women up in there?
The ones that I saw, no. Let me correct myself. I'm not saying that that you are saying that Snoop Dogg is, she's blaming him. But what I was trying to clarify is, based on her video, she never indicated that Snoop Dogg was the reason for it. And and it's more of a self-worth thing to me. It seems like she was more concerned about the way she looked and how society was seeing her. And maybe the fact that she's looking at her dad's videos and she's seeing these gorgeous, sexy women, and she's like, why can't I look like that? But she also talks about she suffers from lupus. So on top of all of that, she has an ailment that she's suffering from.
All of that.
Right. And then she had to go through a time period where they thought she had cancer. Now, I know right off the back, when I had a lump in my chest, just waiting just for them to say, oh, it's not cancerous, whatever, just the wait on that alone, and she's bipolar. So you never know what manic is she going through. Just waiting on that decision, that could just take you overboard. Then on top of that, she also mentioned too that she does have money, that she does realize she's rich, and that she is sitting down on her couch watching videos, and she does want to do something different with her life. She did mention that even her coming forward and talking about it might even be her calling. And I'm gonna have to say, I think it is, because it struck up a conversation with me. And looking at the teacups when they did it, they all started talking about personal issues with them. It's like it's a conversation that sometimes we don't like to have, even the person who's suffering. Because you made a good point, Mom. You said that you would have not known that I suffer from depression. But there's some times where I wake up in the morning and I can't move. And it's not necessarily because everything around me is going bad, but it's like I could put myself in a state of overwhelmness. And then I can't move, I can't function, I can't think. And then it's like everything around me becomes like obsolete. It's just not important. thank God for me, I've got people like my mom and my dad and people around me that when I do go through that stage in life, there's always an outlet, maybe not me actually talking about it, but then me being able to, you know, get through the day without feeling like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. I need to take my life. Fortunately for me, I've never been there, but my heart goes out to her because she's actually done this a couple of times. Dad, you're kind of quiet. What do you think about this situation?
Kind of a lot of thoughts and feelings running through my mind because I can identify with Snoop in this situation a lot. Not so much in trying to defend Snoop or Dad's roles, because I find myself, on a personal note, guilty of a lot of it myself. So I want to attempt to explain, if I can, how we as men, black men, get caught up into ignoring our daughters. Okay, and that has a lot to do with two things. Number one, the whole society is anti-black women, and especially if they like. I'm looking at a picture that you have on that I pulled up real quick, and you know she's considered plump. She looks just fine to me. She doesn't look overweight, plump, and none of that kind of stuff. She looks just fine, and her beauty in and of itself is not recognized in this society. Having said that, that puts the onus on us as men, as fathers in particular, to be conscious of that and make that effort to make sure that our daughters feel beautiful. That's particularly important in the field that Snoop is in. So without criticizing him or trying to knock him, he fell short in that respect, because I hope from this point going forward, he will make a greater effort to produce shows, not just for his daughter, but yes, for his daughter, in his case, because of where she's at right now, but for all those young, particularly dark-skinned girls, that is where more shows, more expressions of their beauty has to be put out there. And Snoop is certainly in a position to do that. Having said that, I think that's what we're trying to accomplish with 106, what we're doing here. Okay, showing the real side of our community. We're beautiful in so many ways, so we can do a better effort. And I would take that as a criticism on myself, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing with my own daughter and with my own family. Because quite frankly, you are not just a beautiful person physically and spiritually. Because of that, I think, and I'm committed to seeing you have greater exposure, and especially in listening to what's going on with Snoop's daughter. That just speaks to my soul that black women, dark-skinned women in particular, needs to be glorified more. And that's pretty much the way we have to. That's where my head is at on that. And I'll be definitely keeping that in mind.
And you know, I just want to say something that I feel very blessed that I'm able to have a platform that I could sit here with my parents, both of them on here, and we could discuss issues like that. And my heart goes out to his daughter. She's very beautiful. I'm looking at a picture of her right now. She's gorgeous. And she talks about her story and how she, as she commits the act of even going through the process of trying to commit suicide, until when she actually does it, and fortunately, thank God, she wasn't successful, and then she winds up in the institution, and then immediately she feels like if she had not been Snoop's daughter, that how she would have been treated otherwise. And that's a topic in itself there too. You know, that whole act of, once you do cry out for help, your last choice is, oh my God, I feel like I need to take my life, and then how it's handled afterwards, and why a lot of people are not able to recover from it, because we're not really equipped to really deal with it. You know what I'm saying? People are not equipped to deal with it. Even, let's take the psychiatrists and all that stuff out out behind your name, the people around you, like when they hear that you try to commit suicide, they then all of a sudden it goes from pity to now it's an awkward situation. How do I deal with this person? I don't know what to say to them. And I'm kind of at fault too, because I've known a very close friend of mine. Thank God she was not successful, but she did try to commit suicide. And I found myself not knowing how to approach the whole situation. I didn't know how to talk to her. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I didn't want to come off as insensitive. And then of course I wanted to be there for her. But there are outlines for this. So I'm not saying there's none or anything else like that. There are some. I'm trying to go ahead right now and to look up that hotline so I can go ahead and give it out to you guys. So please give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and put some music on 106 TBC Radio. YouTube, you are literally behind the scenes, so you're going to hear the after talk with this as well. And when we come back, I'm going to give you guys that suicide hotline number, and then please, if it, I don't know, even if I'm just talking to one person, if it's helpful to me, it makes me feel good. And then when we come back, I want to talk about a little bit something lighter. I want to talk about my past guests. I had some amazing and very incredible people on here. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I wanted to also show a video, which unfortunately, folks, if you're listening to me on 106tbcradio.com, you're going to be listening to music. But what you can do after you listen to the music and enjoy the show, you can go ahead and check out the YouTube channel and you can see everything that we're doing. And then, of course, the people on YouTube every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, every Wednesday starting at 6 p.m. to 11 is the Wednesday night lineup. Definitely tune into 106tbcradio.com. And I think I got a picture of that. Oh, and before we take like a slight break, I definitely got to go ahead and shout out all the folks who are supporting the Dee Dee Walker Live radio show. You guys rock. You're amazing. Of course, both of my parents are my #1 wine glass supporters. That's Mama Denise and Joe B. Annette from Cooking with Annette. And then, of course, Sean Felder from Excess Energy Drink. Check him out. EM Magazine. Love you guys. Rimtech Solutions. And, of course, I'm getting ready to go ahead and play this. It's like a 30-second intro. This is courtesy of Scott Yates. You rock, you rock. And I also did an interview with him as well. So you guys definitely check that out. I'll be right back on YouTube, just in a couple of seconds. And of course, on 106 TBC Radio, we're going to go ahead and play some music. So we'll be right back with you guys pretty soon. And we'll come back with that hotline number. Okay? All right, YouTube, we just put the 1s and 2s on the radio. Let me go ahead and go find that hotline. I'll be right back. Don't go no place. I'll be right back. All right. 106tbcradio.com. You guys rock. I got Mama Denise and Joe B on the line on 106tbcradio.com. Courtesy, you guys are listening to them on YouTube. It's actually working, guys. I'm so excited. And what you guys are looking at on 106, I'm sorry, on YouTube. See, I'm mixing everything up. You guys are looking on YouTube is actually the well, you can't really see it, but it's actually the 106 TBC post or whatever. So anyway, that hotline, I want to give this to you guys because I feel like it's very important that we're talking about this, that we do give out that hotline. And I had said something earlier that, some outlets are not prepared to handle this. There are very professional people out there that can handle it. One of them is this hotline that I'm getting ready to give you right now, which is 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. So I'm going to go ahead and change up the subject a little bit. I wanted to do like a little happier note. I'm going to go ahead and get into What's Up Wednesday. Okay, What's Up Wednesday? I'm excited about that because I had a past guest, and the past guest that I had was his name is Kwashim, and I'm trying to find the video while I'm talking to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and play that on YouTube. Mom and Dad, I'm sorry, you guys can't see it, but you can go back and check out the video later. Disclaimer, it does has cursing in it, so if any of my nephews or nieces are listening to this, cover your ears right now. I don't want you to hear the cursing. But I had an interview with this guy named Kwashim Heron, and he's a fabulous guy. I want you guys to go ahead and check out the interview. And he's doing some big stuff. And this is a movie that he's in. So I'm going to go ahead and show the clip of it real fast. It is, disclaimer, it is a little blurry. Please forgive me, but you guys can get the gist of it.
Things out there, son, with the crew, that leaves. That makes me some cash. I just need my cut, because I'm trying to eat and I'm hungry. For what? I thought that bitch did only one word about nobody or nothing the whole time I was in there.
Okay, so that was an upcoming movie that he's going to be in. It's coming out pretty soon, and we're going to actually do a part 2 to that right now. And there he is. That's part 1. I was interviewing, talking to him. My upcoming video that I'm getting ready to do pretty soon is with Stephen Josey Stix. I'm sorry, Stephen Stix Josey and Kaliyah. And part 2 is coming up pretty soon. So you guys set a reminder for that as well. And so I'm going to continue my little conversation with Mama Denise and Joe B on the radio. So if you guys would like to go ahead and tune into that, you guys are more than welcome. Again, shout out to all of my Wine Glass supporters. Oh, and by the way, I'm also an affiliate of Amazon. So you guys go ahead, check out my page. It's right there. That's the website of it. It's if you go to Amazon, it's the Dee Dee Walker live show Amazon page. And I got some cute shoes that I'm recommending, a nice little outfits that I'm recommending. And then of course, I'm going to do a whole YouTube when I get this whole dress, and Mama Denise is going to be in it too. And we're going to receive that dress. She's laughing. I don't stuck her all up in there. And then what we might do is we might have Joe B kind of zoom in with us as well, so he can do it. So that's the great thing about SpringYard. I just want to go ahead and shout SpringYard out because the SpringYard, I'm able to do half of the stuff that I'm doing right now. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm playing music on the 1s and 2s on the radio. I'm going to go ahead and finish up with that. I want to say to you guys, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for supporting me on YouTube. Now I'm going back on the radio. If you guys would like to join me on 106 TBC Radio.com. That's what I'm talking about. 106tbcradio.com. Would. Love you, man.